My name is Aaron, I'm 26 and I'm a photographer. Yeah, so for the last, I'm 26 now, so for the last, I'm going to say 10 years plus, I suffered with depression. Originally I didn't know it was depression, but after eventually getting the help that I needed and whatnot, I realised that it was depression that I was suffering with. I suppose when I was growing up, because of the depression, I always wanted to be kept busy, and that meant, to be honest, it meant annoying my friends. So whereas most people go home from school and might chill out for the night at home, I ended up being on the constant wanting to do something. So whether that was texting my friends literally every day being like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. And yeah, that sounds all friendly and whatnot, but as you know, if someone's plaguing you with messages, it gets annoying. I think that's actually how I came across, and it wasn't intended that way. It was just, I just wanted my head to be kept busy. So for me to do that, I was annoying people. Therefore, they were probably annoyed with me, and yeah. Studies, definitely. Work, not so much, because I guess I was only kind of young at the time and I was only working in a supermarket, so for a few hours a week. So I'd go there and kind of do my job, go home. Whereas with study, I was left to think a lot more by myself, and that's when it really affected me. So if I finished school, got home and had to do a bit of study for an exam or whatever, I could never fully focus on what I was actually studying. I was afraid because my mind would go off into its own tangent and just start thinking of things I didn't want to be thinking about, and therefore I tended to not have my head in a book and decided to be doing more kind of activities where I was really busy as opposed to reading a book that I wasn't actually enjoying. Just things like that. I suppose when I was actually in primary school, I hurt myself badly one day. So I was at home in bed and I had this huge urge to bite through my lip, which sounds absolutely stupid, but it was really compulsive. So eventually I was sitting at home that night, I was literally for about 3 hours straight, just couldn't sleep because I was constantly thinking about it, until eventually I bit through my lip and blood everywhere, as you can imagine. Didn't think much of it, where the thought was still always there. It was recurring, until eventually, I suppose, when I kind of started secondary school, life got a bit busier and I was kind of preoccupied for a while, where yeah, every few months it might pop into my head, but there might be something going on at the weekend that I was able to focus my attention more on it. I guess I just had a healthier mind during those times. I don't really know, it's hard to say. No, I think it was kind of, I looked at it as starting a new chapter. I suppose I went from being in an all-boys school to a mixed school, obviously with teenagers. It was something I was looking forward to, as teenagers do. Yes, of course I was nervous about meeting new people, meeting lots of new people, but I kind of enjoyed the fact that it was taking up a bit of my time, taking up a bit of my thoughts, that I wasn't constantly focusing on crap things that were going on inside my head. I was focusing on, well, what's going to happen in school tomorrow, who am I going to talk to, who am I going to meet, and just like that. Can I say I've overcome them? Not really. I've learned to deal with them. I've learned to kind of manage them. So from, like I said, secondary school was kind of okay. There wasn't much times where I was feeling down and kind of wanting to hurt myself. But when I started college, it was actually my dad passed away, and that's when I guess I just hit a bit of a low point in my life. And I remember I was out one night basically, and the thoughts of hurting myself came back into my head, and I just broke down. I just crashed. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know what was going to happen. Whether I was going to. So I never thought about actually killing myself, whereas I thought about hurting myself a lot. But because I wanted to hurt myself so much, and because I couldn't stop thinking about it, I just wanted it to be over. I just didn't want to have those thoughts in my head. So for that reason, I just wanted my life to be over to a certain extent, but not. Well, I wanted the thoughts to be over. I didn't want my life to be over, but I felt like it was the only way. Until I eventually said, right, I'm going to the doctor. I'm not filtering my conversation. I'm going to tell him exactly what's going on in my head and exactly how I'm feeling. And that's when I started medication. I started doing different things the doctor recommended, finding hobbies that I liked that kept me more focused on what I was doing. But saying that, like, there's still times when I'm down in the dumps and I feel like I'm not going to get out of it. But I always remember back to when I did get out of it and finding a hobby such as photography where I can, like, say, okay, get up, get the camera, go out and go for a walk, and it does help. Is it 100% gone? Absolutely not, but it is definitely getting much better. Yeah, getting help. So yes, I actually did go to the doctor once when I was back in primary school, or back in secondary school, sorry, and he did prescribe me antidepressants. But I think I never fully accepted the fact that I was depressed, and I did feel the whole stigma around it, so I didn't want to take the antidepressants. So I think I took 2 or 3 of them within a few days, and then he stopped and said, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to try and manage it on my own. But I didn't have the strength to manage on my own, a lot of people don't, and I just wish that I did follow the doctor's orders back then and find out what worked for me, which at this moment in time I can say medication is working. It's not going to work for everyone, but for me it is working. Talk. I know as cliche as that sounds, just talk to somebody, in particular someone that's trained, whether it's a doctor or someone that's gone through the experiences themselves. Just find out what they have done about it, what you can do about it, and just try different things. So if you need to try the medication, try it. Don't see it as being a stigma. If you try it and it's not working, fine, try something else. Try cognitive behavioural therapy. Try finding a hobby that you love. Try giving up something that you already do. So if you might only go drinking once a week, but it might take its toll on you for the next week. Give that up. Change your diet. Change what you're doing. Obviously you're not happy with where you are right at that time, so just try different things. That's all I can say, and don't be afraid to break out of your comfort zone. So in school, from going through years of school and college, there was never anything to do with mental health. There was SPHE, which was probably the closest thing, and to be honest, that was more so about becoming a teenager. Really, it was more kind of, I think it was like sex ed and stuff like that, but there was never actually, if you're feeling shit, if you want to kill yourself, you want to hurt yourself, what to do about it. If you're finding it hard to make friends, if you're finding it hard to actually get out of your house and enjoy doing things, what can you do about it? I noticed as well that there was never really, there was career guidance which you could go to and talk about why you want to go to college, but a lot of people like myself don't like the educational side of things, so it would have been nice to go to my career guidance counsellor as more of a person to talk to and say, I'm actually not feeling great about what's going on. Like, I've broken down relationships here, I've lost friendships, and I'm just going home at night and not in a good place, and get the help that you should be able to get in the school, because that's where it all, like, you spend a lot of your teenage years in school. You spend 5 days a week in school, 8 hours a day or whatever it is in classrooms, and you could absolutely hate being in there. So just finding the right person to talk to in school is really important. If I had mental health education, I think I would have found the help that I needed a lot sooner than what I did. So it was 2015 when I actually found what I needed to do, which was I was out of school at the stage. I was out of school 3-4 years at that stage. So I could have saved myself 3-4 years of disasters if I had known back in school what's going to happen to me, what I can do to try and prevent certain things happening, or how to kind of counteract them. But I just didn't know it, and I wish I did.